Hello everyone, I'm Nathaniel Freeman and this is Freeman's Money, and today we're going to be talking about how to generate wealth. We've talked a lot about wealth on this channel, but I've never actually really walked you through the steps on how you can generate wealth. Now, before we get into that, I just want to tell you that this is Charlie and that I am not a financial advisor. I'm someone who's doing this myself. I read a lot of books. I'm self-educated. I am a mortgage agent with Dominion Lending, but I am not a financial advisor. So take all this advice as if you're learning or listening from a friend, or just don't listen to me at all. But you should listen because we can generate wealth together. So I've broken this up into a few different steps, but let's begin at the first. Let's begin at the beginning, I guess I should say. The first thing you have to do to generate wealth is get your mindset right. If you don't believe you can do it, you're never going to achieve it. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. There's a lot of pitfalls and stuff that can get in your way. And if you don't have that mindset that, you know what, I can overcome this, I can do this, I can achieve financial freedom, then you will fail. Unfortunately, and that's usually where most people fail. It's not that they don't get started, it's that they can't follow through because they lose that positivity. You got to keep that mindset, my friends. We got to just keep pushing through it. It's going to have its down times, it's going to have its up times. You just stick with whatever strategy you come up with. Reassess your strategies as they go, but don't give up. You can achieve it. It's well within your wheelhouse. Plenty of people have already done it, following their footsteps. All right, so now that you got your mindset right, you go to step 2, which is you gotta know where you're spending your money. So make a budget. Make a budget, follow the budget, assess everything you're spending. Don't just make it like a broad category where it's like, oh, well, I think I spent this much on food and I know I have to spend this much on rent. No. Write it down, keep a record of it, and then compare months to months so then you can see where your money is going. And I go so far as every single dime that goes out of my account, I write down where it went and I wrote down the reason. So that is step 2. Step 3 is you gotta get educated. You gotta learn about investing. When you start learning about investing, you only learn that you know little and such a tiny amount compared to the broad basis of investing. Even if you spent a year learning about stock market investing, it's gonna open up so many other paths for you where you're gonna want to learn about this type of investing, this type of investing, this type of investing, and you're just gonna have to continually educate yourself. Use the stuff you know, because when you start reading about stocks, you know more than most people. So take that information and then start using it. But keep educating yourself, keep learning, keep growing. Everything you learn is just going to help you in the future. And I really like doing it where I'll read one side of the argument, like I'll read why some people really like using charts to analyze stocks, and then I'll look at the other side where they look at fundamentals to analyze stocks. I'll see how they compare. I'll compete them back in my mind, and then when I'm looking at a stock, I'll look at both sides of it. Now, that's something that I do. That's something I learned about, and I continue to learn about new ways to analyze stocks or real estate. But you get my point. Now, after you've made your budget, after you've learned what you want to be investing your money in, and you continually educate yourself, you got to analyze your cash flow. How much excess money do you have per month? And if you don't have anything, then you got to go back to the budget and see, hey, where can I skim some things? If you're at the point where you absolutely cannot skim some things, but you have zero cash flow, then you gotta take a look at everything you're making and see how to make more money. Because if your cash flow is zero, you got $0 to invest with, which is a big problem when you want to grow your wealth. Because if you're not investing any money in yourself or in your future is not going to change. So figure out how much cash flow you have and start investing. Now, that goes into number 5. when you're investing, make sure you're watching it. Like, make sure you're paying attention. You don't want to get, well, number five, I should start over there. But number five is invest. You got to be investing in the market. Keep going at it. Watch your investments, but don't get emotional about it. When you bought the stock, you analyzed it. You know it's good. You know it's going to have a solid foundation, and you know where you need to sell at. Just because you see it going down doesn't mean it's time to sell. Just because it's going up doesn't mean it's time to sell. When you're making your stock when you're analyzing the stock that you want to buy, that's your time to figure out, okay, do I think it's valued at this? Is it undervalued? Is it overvalued? What point should I consider selling? When that goes both ways, when it goes down and when it goes up. You need to make these decisions ahead of time, write them down, and then when you're watching the stock fluctuate, you already pay attention to the sheet and you're like, hey, it's not time to sell yet. Now, if it keeps going up and up and up, then you might not want to sell. My one friend, whenever things are going down, he has a 10% limit. If it goes down and gets that 10% mark, he sells it. Doesn't matter what it was doing before, what company it is, he sells. And there's nothing wrong with that. He knows what he wants to do with investing, and that's his strategy. Now, when things are going up and up and up, he just hangs on. When I see things going up and up and up, and I don't really know why they're going up, as soon as I see it start to like plateau a little bit, that's when I sell. You might like you're risking it. Every time you do that, you risk it because it might plateau a bit and then shoot right back up. It might plateau and then go down, and it's all on you. It's your decision whether or not to sell or stay or buy more. It's up to you. But invest. That's what I'm getting at. Step 5 is invest your money, learn what you want to invest in, and then invest. And pay attention to it. Continually educate yourself in investing. I know education's earlier on, but invest. Number 6, increase your cash flow or don't increase your liabilities. So generally, as you continue going on your journey, your cash flow will increase, whether you get a pay raise from your job or you change jobs and you got more money coming in, or your dividends start coming in, so you're making money. But as your cash flow increases, do not increase your liabilities. Try to increase your investing, because the more money you keep investing, the more money that's making money for you. So as your cash flow increases, keep rolling it in there. And if your cash flow isn't increasing, but you want to invest more, look into side hustles or look at trimming your budget. Do you really need to have subscriptions for Netflix, Prime Video, Crave, Disney Plus, Riku, like all those things? Or do you just only use one or two? You guys tell me. But my point is, if you want to increase your cash flow, then you either got to bring in more money or you have to decrease your liabilities. So that's what you're looking at step 6. And you keep going with it, keep going with this. And then step 7 is analyze what you're doing and then adjust it accordingly. As long as you follow those steps, you will generate wealth eventually. One of the things with investing is if you're investing in stuff that might be like high risk, then it might take a little while. But it goes back and forth. Like, as long as you're investing in the market, eventually you will start generating some money. And if you follow the patterns that you've been using to generate money, then usually those go down the right path. But you will lose money a few times. Don't get discouraged. Get your mindset right at the beginning, and then just keep going with it. For me, I invest in what's called blue chip stocks. So those are stocks that are like big, massive companies. They pay out a dividend. They've been around for a long time. They have a proven track record. They don't have the best growth. I'm not looking for explosive growth. I'm looking for continuous growth that's reasonable, not too explosive, and getting those dividends in every month. And today, I was just doing a little bit of math in my head, And I realized that, hey, I'm making over $400 next year in dividends without adding any additional money to the stock market. And that is over $1 a day. So in 1 year, I was able to generate over $1 a day in wealth. Now, that doesn't sound like much, but hey, how much money are you guys making when you're sleeping? If you like the video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I hope you have a great day.